But do you know how the rapture predictions go around Matthew 24:36, that no man knows the day or the hour? They refer to it as an idiom, referring it to the Feast of Trumpets. Apparently that the day or the hour refers to the Feast of the Trumpets, which still doesn't make sense, and a thing that happens every single year, by the way. So I'm going to read to you some of my research. Basically, the rapture predictionists are not taking the scripture literally when it says that no man knows the day or the hour. They are reinterpreting a plain statement by claiming it's a hidden Jewish idiom. I mean, what does that sound like to me? That sounds like Jewish mysticism, honestly. It doesn't even sound like Christianity. You're reading things into the scripture claiming it's a Jewish idiom. That's like extra biblical stuff. So basically what they're saying is that the Feast of Trumpets, Rosh Hashanah, is the only one of the 7 major feasts that begins on the first day of the month. Because of this reliance on human witnesses, the weather conditions, clouds could obscure the moon. No one knew for certain if the month would begin on the 29th or 30th day of the preceding month. For this reason, the Feast of Trumpets was often celebrated over 2 days to ensure they didn't miss it. The hidden meaning. The proponents of this theory claim that because of this specific uncertainty, the Feast of Trumpets became known colloquially among first century Jews as the feast where no one knows the day or the hour. Therefore, they conclude that when Jesus said, "But of that day and hour knoweth no man," he was not giving a warning against date setting. Instead, they believe he was using a clever code phrase, a wink and a nod to his disciples, essentially telling them that his return for them would happen on the Feast of Trumpets. Wow. So, I mean, how did they get to that conclusion there? It's an interpretation. How can we be sure that's correct? Is it objective fact? Is it objective truth? Well, nobody can prove that because literally their specific interpretation of an idiom. And then it says there is virtually no evidence. This is very important from the ancient Jewish rabbinical text like the Mishnah and Talmud or any other historical source that the phrase "the day and hour no one knows" was ever a common idiom or nickname for the Feast of Trumpets. And then it says from my research, this appears to be a modern invention read back into history to support a preconceived theological conclusion, basically gaslighting. Oh, I'm going to come up with something to prove that no man knows the day or the hour means something else. What we're going to do is just come up with a clever excuse. It's not even clever, it's dumb. To prove to the people who are questioning us that, oh, it means something different. It's crazy, y'all. These people are using a parable, which is such a deep thing, and basing such an important theological doctrine that affects everyone's life off of their specific interpretation of this one parable about the fig tree. And they're reading into that too. Let's stop this.